Matthew Stover's second Acts of Caine book, Blade of Tyshalle. So much packed into one story at such a high level. Really low, dark levels too, but in all the good ways. I'm here with my thoughts. Welcome to Fantasy for the Ages, the show where father and son talk about fantasy, science fiction, and other nerdy things we enjoy. No Zach here today. He has read this book, but now it's my time and my turn to talk about it solo. Blade of Tyshalle. This is a spoiler-lite episode, so if you haven't read it, I'm not going to ruin it. You'll get a definite taste of what the story is about. If you have read it, you'll much more understand what I'm talking about here. And this is not going to be a waste of your time. Heroes Die was a terrific story. It was well written. It was tight. It had great characters who showed growth and development. It gave us two fully fleshed out worlds and told a story that was wrapped up with a nice red bow. At least that's what I thought of it until I read Blade of Tyshalle, which turns Heroes Die into a prologue. The real story is this one, which makes Heroes Die such an incredible story to actually feel rather shallow. That's how good Blade of Tyshalle is, because Heroes Die is not a shallow story, yet in comparison, laughably so. Days after finishing Blade of Tyshalle, I'm still just in awe at how complex and deep Stover went with this book. He explored so many key themes, like aging and mortality, the greed of man, the selfishness of people of current times at the expense of the future. Might makes right. And finding your true self. And more. There was much more. I have so many key themes here. And then the journeys that he takes Harry Michelson, Caine, on, as well as Tanel Koth, the previous male Koth. These journeys, extraordinary. And how we feel about these characters, the way that feeling changes over the course of the story so greatly, both for good and for bad, and back and forth. It's like narrative Olympics here, Matthew Stover. Particularly what he does with Tanel Koth is some of the most excellent writing I have seen in a long, long time. I'm just saying it. And then there's the character of Delion. Such an additional element to add to this story and to blend together with what moves forward from Heroes Die. Smoothly, seamlessly, brilliantly. Wow. If you enjoyed Heroes Die, you'll love Blade of Tyshalle far more. So much of what was good about Heroes Die is amped up to 11 here. Use of magic, check. Death and destruction, check. Impossible scenarios to escape, check. Depravity and disgusting moments, check. Unbelievable, yet so believable, corporate greed, check. And the ending, so good. The ending in Heroes Die delivered spectacularly. But once again, Blade of Tyshalle goes way above it. But that leads me to one aspect of Blade of Tyshalle that particularly impresses me that's not just talking about the plot itself, but again, it's a story writing technique that blew me away, and I want to highlight here. This is not a short book. I did it on audio. It was well over 30 hours of listening time. And what Stover would do again and again is he would bring the book, he'd build all the various elements up to a big climax. And you can just see how the story is going to wrap up and be done. And then you look at how many pages are still left. And you're like, this can't be the ending. And somehow Stover would have this incredible epic climax and the fallout from it. And then he would pick up all the various pieces and tell more really good story. I swear this book had 4 or 5 incredibly intense climaxes. But trust me, the best was saved for last. Although, the epilogue, that just had me chuckling with satisfaction and smiling and thinking, Matthew Stover, you are a freaking genius. If you've read Blade of Tyshalle, you understand what I've been talking about today, and you've been smiling along with me. If you haven't read it yet, get the Acts of Caine yesterday and start reading this incredible series. I have 2 shorter books to go to complete the series, Caine's Black Knife and Caine's Law. I've been told by my son they're really like one book. They flow one right into another. It's one complete story. So, okay, I'm going to read them back to back. They are definitely up next after I finish the story I'm on. Side tangent, I'm reading The Living Dead by George A. Romero, and it's incredible. The best zombie book I've read in a while of serious zombie books. But anyways, I digress. The rest of the Acts of Caine is coming soon. Soon, my friends. And if you haven't read them, they should be coming soon for you as well. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.